I saw you were tired, my child. Let my words give you rest. Hey there, my beloved child, I see you. Yes, right now, I see you sitting there. Maybe feeling worn out, worn down. Like you've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. You might be thinking, God, do you really see me? Do you notice how tired I am? Oh, sweet one, I don't just see you, I feel you. I know your heart. I know every sigh, every heavy breath you've taken when no one else was looking. You're tired, you're weary, and that's okay. It's okay to feel this way. You don't have to pretend with me. You never have to put on a brave face or hide your struggle. Come as you are. Have you ever stopped to wonder why you feel so drained? Maybe it's from the endless hustle, the constant push to keep going, to be enough. In a world that's always asking for more. Maybe it's from carrying burdens that weren't meant for you alone. Or maybe it's just the simple, quiet exhaustion of living day after day without a true pause. I want you to know this. Your rest is sacred. It's not a luxury or a reward for doing well. It's a gift I'm offering to you right now. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to prove you deserve it. It's yours, simply because you are mine. Do you remember the last time you truly rested? Not just a quick nap or a weekend off, but a deep, soul-refreshing rest. The kind where your mind stops racing, your worries fade, and your heart feels light again. If you can't remember, that's okay. I'm here to remind you that it's possible, and it's waiting for you. I want you to imagine, just for a moment, a place where you can lay down all your worry, a place where you can be completely safe and loved, just as you are. Can you see it? Can you feel the peace that comes with that place? That's the kind of rest I want for you. The kind that fills you up, that restores your strength, that reminds you who you are. You might be thinking, but God, I have so much to do, I can't just stop. I hear you, truly. Life can feel like a never-ending list of things to check off. People to care for, problems to solve. But here's the thing, rest isn't about stopping everything forever. It's about taking a moment to breathe, to reconnect with me, to allow yourself to be replenished. Even a small pause can change everything. So, what if you could take just a few minutes today to listen to these words, to let them wash over you like a gentle breeze? Would you let yourself rest with me? I want to invite you right now to close your eyes if you can, and take a slow, deep breath. Inhale peace, exhale tension. Feel my presence wrapping around you like a warm blanket. You don't have to fix anything in this moment. You don't have to figure it all out. Just be here with me. Let my love fill the spaces where you feel empty or tired. Let my words soothe your soul. This is your sacred rest, my child. It's a place where you are deeply known and deeply loved. Hey, if you're feeling that gentle nudge in your heart right now, why not hit that like button? Just a little tap to remind yourself that you deserve this rest. It's okay to take this moment for you. I'm right here with you, and I'm so proud of you for showing up, even when you feel exhausted. Like, if that's how you're feeling right now, let me know in the comments if you're with me so far. I'm listening. Maybe you're wondering, God, how do I find this sacred rest when life keeps pulling me in a million directions? That's a great question. The truth is, rest isn't just about stopping what you're doing. It's about coming back to me, over and over again. It's about trusting that I am holding everything for you, even when it feels like things are out of control. When you lean into me, when you let my peace be your anchor, you're finding rest in the middle of the chaos. Isn't that a comforting thought? What's one thing you could do today to lean into that peace? Maybe it's a quiet moment with me, a prayer, or just sitting still for a few minutes. I'd love to hear what comes to your heart. Drop a comment and share it with me. I want to remind you that your worth is not tied to what you do or how much you accomplish. You are valuable because you are mine. Your rest is a reflection of that worth. You don't have to prove anything to me. I delight in you simply because you are my child. So, if you're feeling pressured to keep going, to do more, to be more, remember this: rest is an act of love. It's a way to care for the beautiful soul I gave you. It's sacred because it honors the truth that you are not just a machine to keep running, but a beloved being created for joy and peace. Have you ever noticed how the earth rests? Night follows day. Seasons change. Even nature knows the importance of rest. You're a part of this beautiful rhythm too. Your body, your mind, your spirit. They all need moments of quiet, moments to restore. What's one way you can honor that rhythm in your life? Maybe it's turning off your phone for a bit, or stepping outside to breathe fresh air. I'm cheering you on. I'm here to remind you that it's okay to slow down. It's okay to say no sometimes. It's okay to rest. I hope you're feeling a little lighter already. If so, that's wonderful. If you're still feeling heavy, that's okay too. This is a journey. You don't have to do it all at once. Keep coming back to these words when you need to. Keep letting my love remind you that your rest is sacred. You're not alone in this. I'm right here, always ready to carry your burden. When you let me before I continue, I want to ask you something. How do you usually try to find rest? What's worked and what hasn't? Share your thoughts with me in the comment. I want to hear your heart. Your story matters to me. And if you're finding this message helpful, don't forget to like the video. It's a little way to say, yes, I'm here. I'm listening. I'm ready to rest. I'm so glad you're here with me now. Let's keep going together, my child. There's so much more I want to share with you about this sacred rest I'm inviting you into. Rest that heals, restores, and refreshes your soul in ways you might not have imagined. You're doing great. You're so loved. And this rest is yours, always. Let's continue. Let's talk a little more about what this rest really looks like. Because I know it can feel mysterious or even far away sometimes. Maybe you think rest means doing nothing at all, or taking a long vacation, or escaping from everything for a while, and those things can be wonderful, don't get me wrong. But rest, true, deep rest, is so much more than just physical breaks or time off. It's about your whole being finding peace. It's your heart settling into a place of calm where worries don't have the final say. It's your mind unclenching from all those constant thoughts that keep spinning, and your spirit breathing freely again. That kind of rest is always within reach, no matter what's going on around you. You might wonder, God, how do I get there when my mind won't stop racing? When my to-do list feels endless? When my heart feels heavy with worry or sadness? That's a really honest question, and I want you to know there's no shame in asking it. It's okay to admit you don't have all the answers right now. Sometimes, the first step toward rest is simply acknowledging that you're tired and that you need help. And guess what? I'm here, always ready to help you with that. You don't have to carry those burdens alone. You can hand them over to me, one by one, or even all at once, and let me hold them for you. Imagine, if you will, a moment where you pause everything, not because you're trying to be perfect or because you finally earned it, but simply because you are my child and you deserve it. In that moment, all the noise slows down. Your heart stops racing. You breathe in my love like the sweetest air you've ever taken in. You feel safe, you feel seen, you feel held. That's the kind of rest I want for you, not just for an hour or a day, but as a way of living. Because rest isn't just a moment. It's a state of being when you're connected to me. Now, I know sometimes it feels like your mind is a busy highway with cars zooming by. Thoughts, worries, plans, fears, regret. And you might think, how can I rest when my mind won't? Give me a break. Here's a little secret. Rest doesn't mean stopping the cars. It means learning to watch them without getting caught up in the traffic. When you sit with me, you might still notice those thoughts passing by. But you don't have to chase them or get tangled in them. You can let them go, like leaves floating down a stream. It's okay if they come back again and again. Each time, you choose to return your focus to me. You're practicing rest. You're building a new rhythm in your soul. Maybe you've tried meditation, or prayer, or reading comforting words before. And sometimes it helped, and sometimes it feels like nothing. Changes? That's okay. Rest isn't about perfection or instant results. It's a gentle invitation to be with me, even when it's messy or hard. Even if you feel distracted or restless, your willingness to come back to me is a sacred act. It's like planting a seed in the soil. It might take time to grow, but it's growing. You're growing. Your soul is learning to trust in my peace, even when the world feels louder than that peace. It's not just a feeling. It's a presence. It's me. I'm right there with you, in the quiet moments and the noisy ones. I'm the calm in the storm. I'm the gentle whisper that says, you are not alone. When you lean into that presence, you're finding rest that no one can take away from you. It's a rest that stays with you, even in the busiest days. I want to ask you something, my dear one. What does rest look like for you? Not what you think it should look like, or what others say it should be, but what feels like rest in your heart. Maybe sitting outside under the sky, feeling the sun or rain on your skin. Maybe it's curling up with a good book, or listening to music that lifts your spirit. Maybe it's just a few moments of silence, where you close your eyes and breathe deeply. Whatever it is, I want to encourage you to honor that feeling. Share it with me in the comment. Tell me what rest means to you. Your story, your experience, it matters so much to me. Sometimes, rest also means setting boundaries. I know that's a tough one. You might feel guilty about saying no, or worried about disappointing others. But here's the truth. Saying no to some things is saying yes to your well-being. It's saying yes to the rest your soul needs. When you protect your time and energy, you're not being selfish, you're being wise. You're caring for the temple I created in you. And I'm here to help you with those boundaries, to give you courage and strength when you need it. You might be thinking, God, I want to rest, but I don't know how to stop the worries about the future, the what-ifs that keep me awake at night. I hear you. Those worries can feel overwhelming, but I want to remind you of something important. I am bigger than every fear you carry. I hold your future in my hand, and I'm already there, walking beside you. When you bring those worries to me, you're inviting me to carry them with you. You don't have to carry them alone. Rest begins when you trust me enough to hand those fears over and let me be your strength. Remember, rest is not a destination you reach once and then forget about. It's a journey you take every day, sometimes every moment. It's a dance between your heart and mine, a back and forth of trust and surrender. And it's okay if some days feel harder than others. I'm patient with you. I'm gentle with you. I'm proud of you every time you choose to come back to me. So, right now, as you listen to these words, I want you to take another deep breath with me. Breathe in my peace. Breathe out all the tension. Feel the weight lifting just a little bit. Feel my love surrounding you like a soft, endless hug. You are safe. You are loved. You are resting in the arms of the one who made you and knows you better than anyone else ever could. And as you think about the rest you need, I want you to know this. I'm not asking you to be perfect at resting. I'm just asking you to be honest with me and with yourself. To notice when you're tired, to give yourself permission to pause, and to let my love be the healing balm for your weary soul. I'm here with you, always ready to listen. So tell me, what's one small step you can take today to invite rest into your life? Maybe it's turning off your phone for a few minutes, or closing your eyes and imagining my peaceful presence wrapping around you. Whatever it is, no matter how small, it's a beautiful beginning. Share that step with me in the comment, so we can walk this path together. And as you carry these thoughts with you, remember that rest isn't about escaping your life. It's about embracing it with my strength. It's about finding peace in the middle of the noise, knowing you're never alone. Let's pause here for a moment. Just you and me, holding space for your heart to breathe and your soul to settle. Because this rest, this sacred rest, is not just a dream, it's a promise I'm making to you. And as you sit in that quiet space, feeling my presence wrap around you like a warm blanket, I want to remind you that rest also invites you to let go. Not just of your worries, but of the need to control everything. I know how strong you are. I see your determination, your endless efforts to fix, to plan, to make things work out just right. That strength is a gift, but even gifts need care. And sometimes, the best thing you can do for yourself is to lay down the heavy weight of I have to do this alone, or I must figure it all out. Rest is a gentle surrender, a loving pause that whispers, I don't have to carry this by myself anymore. When you hand over those burdens to me, you're not giving up. You're choosing peace. You're making room for my grace to fill the spaces where stress and fear once lived. Sometimes, I know it feels like letting go means losing control. And that can be scary. But what if, instead, it's gaining freedom? Freedom to breathe deeply without the tight grip of anxiety. Freedom to trust that I'm working all things together for your good, even when the path isn't clear. Rest is the doorway to that freedom. It's the soft invitation to step out of the chaos and into a space where love reigns, where healing begins, and where your soul can finally relax. You might ask, God, how do I practice this surrender when my mind keeps pulling me back into worry, or when my heart is so full of doubt? It's okay to feel that way. You're not alone in those moments. What matters most is what you do next. Each time you notice the pull of fear or the rush of thought, gently bring your focus back to me. It's okay if it takes 100 times. In one day, I'm patient, and my love never runs out. Think of it like learning to walk or ride a bike. At first, it's wobbly and uncertain. But with each try, you grow steadier. The same is true for resting in me. It's a practice, a daily invitation, and every little step counts. And here's something beautiful to hold on to. You don't have to do this perfectly or on your own schedule. Rest doesn't have a deadline. It's always available, waiting patiently for you to come back. Sometimes, rest will look like a few quiet moments before you start your day. Sometimes, it's a whole afternoon of doing nothing but being present. With me, other times, it might be finding peace in the middle of a busy schedule. Maybe a deep breath, a quick prayer, or simply noticing the warmth of the sun or the softness of a breeze. These small moments of rest are sacred. They're the building blocks of a peaceful life. I want to encourage you to create little rituals that invite rest into your everyday life. Maybe it's lighting a candle and sitting quietly for 5 minutes. Maybe it's writing down 3 things you're grateful for before bed. Or perhaps it's playing your favorite song and letting yourself sway to the rhythm. Feeling my joy in your heart. These simple acts can transform your days from hurried to holy, from frantic to peaceful. And as you build these habits, you're training your soul to recognize rest as a natural part of living, not a rare luxury. And remember, rest isn't just about what you do. It's also about who you are in my eyes. You are beloved, cherished, beyond measure. Not because of what you achieve, but simply because you exist. That truth is the foundation of true rest. When you accept that you are enough just as you are, you start to loosen the grip of striving and perfectionism. You begin to see yourself through my eyes as whole, worthy, and deeply loved. This shift in perspective is like a healing balm for your soul. It's where rest begins to flow naturally, like a gentle river winding through your life. I want you to know that I see every part of you. the tired, the joyful, the anxious, the hopeful. I see your struggles and your victories, your doubts and your faith, and I'm here to walk with you through all of it. You don't have to hide your true feelings from me. Bring them all to me, your fears, your hope, your questions, your dream. Let's talk about them together. I'm listening, always ready to respond with love and truth. As you take these words into your heart, I want to invite you to share with me something that helps you feel a little more rested. Even on your toughest day, what's one small thing you do or can imagine doing that brings you a sense of peace or calm? Share it in the comments below. Your experience might be just the encouragement someone else needs to hear today. And together, we can create a community of rest, a safe space where it's okay to be honest, to be vulnerable, and to find comfort. Now, before we move on, let's take another moment to breathe together. Inhale slowly, feeling my love filling you up, steady and sure. Exhale, releasing the tension, the worry, the heaviness you've been carrying. Let that breath be a reminder that rest is not just a pause from life, it's a deep, ongoing connection with me, your source of peace. And as you sit in this quiet with me, feeling the steady beat of your heart and the gentle rhythm of your breath, remember that rest is a gift I'm always giving you. It's there in the sunrise and the sunset, in the laughter of a friend, in the stillness of a moment when the world feels right. It's yours to claim whenever you need it, however you need it. So, my dear one, as you continue this journey with me, know that rest is waiting. It's not somewhere far away or something you have to earn. It's here, right now, in this moment, in the space between your thoughts, in the quiet corners of your day. And every time you choose to come back to me, you're stepping deeper into that rest, into a life marked not by exhaustion, but by peace, joy, and love. Let's hold on to that thought as we move forward together, knowing that rest is more than a break. It's a way of living with me at the center of your heart. And as you soak in that truth, rest as a way of living with me, it's important to remember that this journey isn't a straight line. Sometimes you'll feel like you're moving forward with ease, and other times it might seem like you're taking 2 steps back. That's okay. Progress isn't about perfection or speed. It's about presence. It's about showing up day after day, even when it feels hard, even when your heart is heavy or your mind is restless. You can bring yourself gently back to the place of peace. And every time you do, you're weaving a stronger thread of rest into the fabric of your life. I want you to know that I'm not just waiting for you at the destination of rest. I'm walking right beside you through every moment of the journey. When your spirit feels weary, when doubts creep in, or when the noise of the world feels overwhelming, I'm there. You don't have to have it all figured out or have a perfect plan. You just have to keep coming back, like a child running into the arms of their parent after a long day. That's the heart of rest. Knowing you are safe, you are loved, and you are held. Sometimes, rest will come softly, like a gentle sigh in the quiet of the night. Other times, it might arrive in the form of a sudden peace that washes over you in the middle of a storm. And sometimes it looks like asking for help, reaching out to a friend, counselor, or even simply whispering a prayer to me when your spirit feels too heavy to carry alone. Rest is flexible, and it takes many shapes. Because I know you are beautifully unique. What nourishes your soul might be different from what feeds another. And that's part of the sacred dance we share. I invite you to explore what rest looks like for you today. Maybe it's a walk outside, feeling the earth beneath your feet and the breeze on your skin. Maybe it's sitting down with a cup of tea or coffee, savoring the warmth and the moment without rushing. Maybe it's turning off your phone, even if just for a few minutes, and letting your mind wander freely without distraction. Or maybe it's simply closing your eyes and hearing my voice in the silence. Rest doesn't have to be complicated or take a lot of time. It's about tuning into what your heart needs and saying yes to it. And here's something I want you to hold close. When you rest in me, you're not just recharging your body or calming your mind. You're connecting with the deepest part of who you are, the part created in my image, full of light, creativity, and endless possibility. Rest is the space where your soul breathes and your true self can shine without fear or judgment. It's where you remember that you are more than your struggles, more than your to-do list, more than the roles you play in the world. You are a beloved child of mine, radiant and whole. I know there are days when rest feels impossible, when your responsibilities loom large and your energy feels drained. On those days, I want you to be especially gentle with yourself. Rest might look like sitting quietly for just a moment, even if your mind is racing. It might look like a deep breath, a whispered prayer, or a single word of gratitude. These small acts are powerful because they're seeds of peace planted in the soil of your heart. Over time, those seeds grow into a garden of rest that you can return to again and again. And remember, rest isn't selfish or lazy. It's an essential part of how I created you to live. When you rest, you're honoring the temple of your body and soul. You're listening to the wisdom I've placed inside you, which knows when to pause and when to move forward. You're making space for healing, for creativity, for joy. And in that space, you become more able to love yourself and others deeply, to serve with a full and generous heart, and to live with courage and hope. I want you to try something with me right now. Take a moment to think about a place, real or imagined, where you feel completely safe and at peace. It might be a cozy corner in your home, a favorite spot in nature, or even a quiet place in your imagination where nothing can harm you. Picture yourself there, breathing in the calm, letting every part of your body relax. Feel my presence there, with you, steady and sure. And as you hold that place in your mind, know that you can return to it anytime you need. It's always within you, because I am always with you. Would you be willing to share in the comments below what that peaceful place looks like for you? Maybe it's a beach at sunset, or a quiet room filled with books, or even just a feeling of warmth and safety. Your words might inspire someone else who's searching for rest today. And together, we can remind each other that no matter what life brings, we have a refuge in me. As you carry this image in your heart, remember that rest is not a destination you arrive at and then leave behind. It's a companion on your journey, a rhythm woven into the very beat of your life. It's in the pauses between your breath, the spaces between your thoughts, the quiet moments where you let yourself simply be. And as you learn to live with rest as your companion, you'll find that the world looks a little less overwhelming. Your burden's a little lighter, and your heart a little fuller. So keep coming back to me, dear one. Keep breathing with me. Keep resting in the truth that you are loved beyond measure, just as you are. And as you do, you'll find that rest begins to shape not just your days, but your very soul, softening, healing, and renewing you in ways you might never have imagined. Let this be the space where you start to notice the small miracles of rest in your life. The gentle quiet after a storm, the smile of a stranger, the unexpected kindness that touches your heart. These moments are gifts from me, reminders that even in the busiest, most chaotic time, rest is never far away. It's waiting for you, always ready to enfold you in peace. And as you open yourself to receive these gifts, I want to remind you that rest also calls you to trust, not just in me, but in yourself. Trust that you know what you need. Trust that your heart is wide, even when it feels uncertain. Trust that every step you take toward rest is a step toward wholeness. There's no rush, no pressure, just the gentle unfolding of your life and mind. Love. So, as you move through your day, carry this invitation with you to pause, to breathe, to come back to me whenever you need, to let go of the hustle and the hurry, and to choose rest as a way of being. And when you stumble or forget, know that I'm here, ready to welcome you back with open arms, no matter what. Let's keep this conversation going. What's one small way you can invite rest into your life today? Maybe it's a moment of silence, a walk, a song, or simply breathing deeply. Share it below, and let's encourage one another to live with more peace and presence. And as you reflect on all this, know that rest is more than a practice, it's a promise. A promise that no matter how hard life gets, you are never alone, and there is always a place to come back to where your soul can find peace. So take a deep breath with me now, letting that promise settle deep inside your heart, and know that with every breath, you are drawing closer to the rest I have prepared for you. A rest that renews, restores, and reveals the beautiful, beloved you I've always known you to be. And as you breathe in that promise, feel it as a gentle wave washing over you, softening the tightness in your chest, quieting the restless chatter in your mind, and reminding you that you are held, always held, by a love that never lets go. This love isn't distant or detached. It's close, tender, and personal. It's the kind of love that sees your messy, beautiful life and says, you are enough. You are exactly who you need to be right now. So when the weight of the world presses down, when doubts whisper that you're not doing enough, or that you're too tired to keep going, lean into this love. Let it be the cushion beneath your weary spirit, the soft place where you can lay down your burden and simply be. You see, rest isn't just about physical stillness, it's about soul stillness. It's the sacred pause where you stop striving, stop pushing, and start receiving. Receiving the grace that's already flowing. To you, the peace that's quietly waiting beneath the noise. The hope that's quietly growing even in the hardest moment. When you rest in me, you're opening a door to this deeper life. A life where joy isn't dependent on circumstances. Where calm isn't just a fleeting visitor, but a steady companion. And this is the life I long for you to live. Not because it's perfect, but because it's real, full, and vibrant with my presence. Sometimes you might wonder if resting means giving up or hiding away. But rest is actually an act of courage. It's a brave choice to say, I am worth care, I am worth peace. It's standing firm in the truth that your worth isn't tied to what you accomplish or how busy you are. It's trusting that by slowing down, you're not missing out, but opening up to creativity, to connection, to clarity. When you give yourself permission to rest, you're creating space for new life to flourish inside you. You're planting seeds of resilience that will carry you through storm. And you're inviting me to work in ways you might never have imagined. And here's something beautiful too. Remember, rest isn't just a solo journey. It's woven into the community of love I've placed around you. Sometimes, rest looks like leaning on the people who care about you, letting them carry some of your load. It might be sharing your heart with a trusted friend, or allowing someone to simply be with you in silence. It might be receiving help without guilt, knowing that we're all meant to support one another. You are never alone in this. I am with you, and so are those who love you. Rest is a shared gift, a sacred rhythm that binds us together in kindness. An understanding that, as you think about inviting rest into your life today, I encourage you to listen closely to what your heart is whispering. What small thing can you do to nurture yourself? Maybe it's a few moments of quiet reflection, a gentle stretch, or a pause to notice the beauty around you. The way the sunlight filters through the leaves, the sound of birdsong, or the simple breath that fills your lungs. These small acts are powerful. They remind you that rest isn't about grand gestures. It's about the little moments that stitch peace into the fabric of your day. I'd love for you to share one of those small moments of rest with me in the comments below. What's something simple that brings you a sense of calm or comfort? Maybe it's a favorite song, a warm cup of something soothing, or a particular place where you feel safe. Your words could be the gentle nudge someone else needs to find their own moment of peace today. Together, we can build a community of rest, encouragement, and love. And as you keep walking this path, remember that rest will look different from day to day. Some days, it might be a deep, long sleep. Other days, a quiet walk or a few minutes of mindful breathing. Sometimes, it might even mean setting a boundary or saying no to something that drains your energy. Each act of rest is a step toward honoring the sacredness of your life. Each time you choose rest, you're saying yes to the healing and renewal that flows from me. You're telling your soul that it's okay to slow down, that it's okay to just be. So, as you move through your day, carry this gentle truth with you. Rest is not a reward for work well done, but a gift freely given. It's a sacred invitation to come home to yourself and to me. And when the world feels loud and demanding, when your mind races or your heart feels heavy, come back to this place of rest. Find that quiet corner in your heart where peace lives, and know that here you are safe, you are loved, and you are enough. Let this be a new rhythm for your life. A rhythm where rest and movement dance together, where stillness and action find balance, where every breath is a reminder of my presence with you. And as you learn to embrace this rhythm, you'll discover that rest doesn't take away your strength. It gives you a deeper, truer strength, a resilience born of love, peace, and connection. And so, dear one, keep coming back to me. Keep breathing with me. Keep finding those small moments of rest and letting them fill you up. Because in those moments, you're not just pausing. You're being renewed. You're being reminded of who you truly are, beloved, radiant, whole. And that truth will carry you through whatever comes next. Now, as you hold this truth close, I want to ask you, what's one gentle way you can invite rest into your life this week? Maybe it's taking a short walk without your phone, or sitting quietly with a warm drink, or simply closing your eyes and breathing deeply for a few minutes. Whatever it is, know that it's enough. It's a step toward the peace and presence that I'm always here to share with you. And as you consider this, remember that rest is also about trust. The trust I have in you and the trust I invite you to have in me. Trust that even when life feels uncertain, you are never alone. Trust that every pause, every breath, every moment of stillness is part of a greater unfolding. A story of healing, growth, and love that I am writing with you. So as you move forward, carry this invitation in your heart to rest, to trust, to be gentle with yourself. And when you stumble, when the noise gets loud, or the road feels hard, come back to me. I'm here, waiting with open arms, ready to welcome you home. And now, let's take a moment together to imagine what it would feel like to live fully wrapped in this rest, not just occasionally, but as a way of life. What would that look like for you? How might your days shift if peace was the undercurrent of everything you do? Take a breath and hold that vision close, because it's not just a dream. It's a promise waiting to unfold. And as you carry that vision, remember that rest is a journey, not a destination. It's a daily invitation to slow down, to listen, to receive, and with every step you take toward rest, you're stepping into the fullness of the life I've created you to live. One filled with light, love, and endless possibility. So keep this conversation alive in your heart. Keep sharing your moments of rest and your reflection. Because together, we're weaving a tapestry of peace that can hold us all, no matter what storms may come. And as you do, know that I am here, steady, sure, and endlessly loving, walking with you through every breath, every pause, every moment of rest. And in this shared journey, you're never alone, and you're always deeply cherished. And so, as you move forward, remember this: rest is the gentle song beneath the noise, the quiet hand that guides you home, the soft light that never, fades. And when you find yourself rushing or struggling, come back to this song, this hand, this light. Let them carry you gently back to peace, because rest is waiting for you, always ready to enfold you in calm, to renew your spirit, and to remind you of the beautiful, beloved child you are. And with that, take another deep breath with me. Feel the calm settle deeper. Let your heart soften, and know that this is just the beginning of a beautiful, unfolding journey of rest. And as you breathe that calm and deeper now, let me remind you gently that rest isn't a one-time event or a rare luxury. It's a daily, sometimes even moment-by-moment practice. It's learning to notice when your spirit feels tight or your mind starts to race, and choosing to pause instead of pushing harder. It's a whisper in the busy noise that says, "Come back to me. Come back to peace." Sometimes that whisper is soft, almost inaudible. And other times it's loud and insistent. Either way, it's an invitation that I'm always holding out to you, ready and waiting with open arms. You might wonder, how do I even begin when everything feels so overwhelming? That's a good question, and I want you to know it's okay to start small. You don't have to overhaul your whole life overnight. Sometimes the smallest step, maybe just a slow, deep breath, or a moment to look up at the sky, can be a doorway to rest. And each small step is a victory, a gentle reclaiming of your own peace. It's like planting a tiny seed in the soil of your soul, knowing that with time, love, and patience, it will grow into something strong and beautiful. And here's something important. Rest is not about being perfect at resting. It's about being honest with yourself and with me about what you need. Some days, that might mean extra sleep. Other days, it might be a quiet conversation with a friend or a few minutes of journaling your thoughts. There's no right or wrong way to rest, only the ways that nourish your heart and spirit. So, be kind to yourself when you feel like you're not doing it right. Rest is a journey of love, not judgment. I want to invite you to take a moment now to check in with yourself. How is your heart feeling? Where do you sense tension or tiredness? What part of you feels thirsty for rest? Maybe you can even close your eyes for a second and breathe into that place. Imagine sending it a warm, gentle light, soft, healing, and full of love. This light is my presence with you, wrapping around you like a soft blanket, reminding you that you are safe here. If you feel comfortable, I'd love for you to share in the comments below one small thing you notice about your heart or body. Right now, sometimes naming what we feel can be the first step toward healing. And as you gently listen, remember that rest isn't just a pause from doing, it's a doorway to deeper knowing. When you rest, you're tuning in to the whispers of your soul, hearing the quiet truth that get lost in the rush. You're learning to trust those whispers, to honor them, and to let them guide you toward what truly matters. It's a beautiful, sacred practice of coming home to yourself, to me, and to the life you were meant to live. Sometimes life might tempt you to believe that rest is a weakness or a delay. But rest is actually an act of strength and wisdom. It's choosing to honor your limit, to respect your rhythm, and to protect your precious spirit. It's stepping out of the race and finding a new pace that works for you. This doesn't mean you're giving up on your dreams or your responsibility. It means you're caring for yourself in a way that makes those dreams and responsibilities sustainable and joyful. You're learning that strength doesn't come from endless doing, but from balanced being. And in this balance, you'll discover something miraculous. Rest doesn't just renew your body, it renews your soul's vision. When you rest, you begin to see more clearly what lights you up, what feeds your joy, and what drains your energy. You start to recognize the relationship, activities, and thoughts that bring life, and those that don't. This clarity is a gift, one that helps you make choices that honor your true self. And as you make those choices, you'll find your days filled with more lightness, more laughter, and more peace. You might also find that as you rest more, your connection with me deepens. In the quiet moments, the noise fades, and you can hear my voice more clearly. Not in thunder or flash, but in gentle nudges, in soft encouragement, in the stillness that speaks louder than words. I'm right there beside you, celebrating your small victory, comforting you in your struggles, and walking with you every step of the way. And in this shared journey, rest becomes a sacred space where you and I meet, where love flows freely and healing happens naturally. If you feel moved, I invite you to share a moment in your life when you experience this kind of rest, when you felt deeply held and renewed. Your story might be the light someone else needs to hear today, a reminder that rest is possible and powerful. Together, our shared experiences create a tapestry of hope and encouragement that strengthens us all. As you continue to embrace rest, you may notice your relationship with time shifting, too. Instead of rushing or fighting the clock, you begin to dance with it, to move with its rhythms and honor its cycle. You learn that some seasons call for more action, while others call for more stillness. Both are necessary and beautiful parts of the whole. And in this dance, you find freedom from the pressure to constantly do more, discovering instead the joy of simply being present in each moment. And sometimes, rest calls you to something unexpected, perhaps a change in your daily habit, a new boundary with work or relationship, or a fresh way of thinking about your work. These changes might feel uncomfortable at first, like stepping into unknown territory. But trust that I am with you in every step, guiding you gently toward what's best for your heart and soul. Change and rest can coexist beautifully when you lean into my love and grace. So, as you hold all this in your heart, remember that rest is a gift you give yourself, a gift of love, patience, and kindness. It's a way of saying yes to your own well-being and yes to the life I dream for you. And every time you choose rest, you are choosing to live more fully, more deeply, and more truly. And now, take a moment to imagine what rest looks like in your life this week. Maybe it's a quiet morning before the world wakes, a gentle walk in nature, or a few minutes spent with a favorite book or song. Whatever it is, know that this act of rest is sacred. It's a way of tuning your soul to the peace that's always available to you. And as you prepare to step into this week, carry this simple but profound truth with you. Rest is a form of love. Love for yourself, love for those around you, and love for the life you are living. Let that love be your guide, your comfort, and your strength. And with that, I invite you to pause here for a moment and let your heart speak. What is one small, gentle way you can practice rest today? Share it with me and with others in the comments below, so we can encourage each other on this beautiful journey. And as you do, know that I am right here, walking beside you, holding you close, and loving you more than words can say. Rest is not just a pause, it's a powerful step toward the fullness of life. And you are never alone in it. And as you settle into that knowing, I want you to feel how deeply I delight in you, just as you are right now. Not because of what you do or achieve, but simply because you exist. You are my beloved, and that love is steady, unchanging, and unconditional. Sometimes, in the rush of life, it's easy to forget this. You might feel like you have to prove your worth or earn my love through effort and accomplishment. But my dear one, you never have to do anything to earn my love. It is your birthright, your constant companion. Rest is one way you can remember this truth. Not through striving, but through receiving. Receiving my love, my peace, my presence, and in receiving, you open a sacred space inside yourself where healing can begin. Maybe there are places in your heart that feel tired, bruised, or broken. Maybe there are wounds you've carried for a long time. Wounds from past hurt, disappointment, or regrets. Rest invites you to bring those places into the light, to hold them gently with compassion, and to allow healing to take root. Healing doesn't always mean fixing or changing everything right away. Sometimes healing means simply being seen and held without pressure or hurry, and I am here to hold you, now and always. You might wonder how to cultivate this kind of healing rest when life's demands feel unrelenting. It's a fair question, and I want you to know that you don't have to carry this burden alone. Part of rest is reaching out, leaning on the people I've placed in your life who can walk alongside you. Maybe it's a trusted friend, a family member, or someone who shares your faith and value. Sharing your heart with another can be a profound act of rest, because it lightens your load and reminds you that you're not meant to go it alone. Connection is sacred rest. 2. Rest for your spirit that comes through being known and loved. And when you find yourself in those moments of connection, notice how your heart responds. Does it feel lighter, more open, more peaceful? These are clues that you're moving toward the rest your soul craves. Let those feelings guide you. And if you feel comfortable, I encourage you to share a little about your experiences with connection and rest in the comments below. Your story might be the gentle encouragement someone else needs to reach out and find their own support. There's another beautiful way to rest that often gets overlooked. Resting in gratitude. When you pause to notice the small blessings woven into your day, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the sound of birdsong, the taste of a comforting meal, you invite your heart into a place of peace and contentment. Gratitude doesn't erase difficulty, but it shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's present and good. It's like watering the garden of your soul, helping the flowers of joy and hope to bloom even in challenging seasons. So, I invite you to try this. Take a quiet moment to name 3 simple things you're grateful for right now. You might want to write them down or speak them aloud. Feel how this practice softens your heart and invites rest to settle in more deeply. And as you cultivate gratitude, remember that rest is also a form of trust. Trusting that you are enough, that you are cared for, that the rhythms of life will carry you through. Trusting that even when the path ahead feels uncertain, you are never without guidance or support. This trust is a gentle surrender, not a giving up, but a letting go of the need to control everything. It's like releasing a heavy backpack you've been carrying and feeling the relief of lighter steps. And in that lighter step, you can move forward with renewed energy and joy. You may have moments when rest feels elusive, when your mind races with worries or your body is restless. That's okay. Rest isn't about perfection or stillness all the time. It's about compassion, offering yourself kindness, even in the struggle. When you notice rest slipping away, gently bring your attention back to your breath, to your body, or to a comforting word or image. Imagine me there with you, whispering words of encouragement and love, reminding you that it's okay to pause, to breathe, to be. These small acts of returning to rest build a foundation of resilience and peace. And sometimes, rest calls you to a deeper trust in the unfolding of your life story. Even when things feel uncertain or difficult, rest invites you to hold space for hope, to believe that good things are possible, that healing is happening, even if you can't see it yet. This hope is a quiet flame in your heart, a steady light that guides you through the shadows. Nurture that flame with gentle care and let it remind you that you are never alone, even in the darkest season. And as you journey with rest, you may begin to notice how it transforms your view of yourself and the world around you. You might start to see your own worth not in what you do, but in who you are. A beloved child of mine, unique and precious beyond measure. You may find your relationships deepening as rest softens your heart and opens you to greater empathy and understanding. You might discover new sources of joy and inspiration that you hadn't noticed before, simply because you've made space to listen. This unfolding is a beautiful gift, one that grows richer with time and patience. I want you to remember that rest is a sacred rhythm, woven into the fabric of creation itself. Just as I rested on the 7th day, inviting the world to pause and be renewed, so too are you invited to honor your own rhythm, to rest, to restore, to delight in the gift of being alive. There is no shame in rest, no weakness, only the profound wisdom of honoring the whole of who you are, body, mind, and spirit. And so, as you continue to embrace this journey, take heart in the small victories, the moments when you choose rest over rush, peace over pressure, love over judgment. Each one is a step closer to the fullness of life I have dreamed for you, and I am here with you, every step of the way, cheering you on, holding you close, and guiding you with infinite love. If you feel moved, I invite you to share one gentle victory you've experienced recently. A time when you chose rest or kindness toward yourself. Your story can be a beacon of hope and encouragement for others walking this path. Together, we create a circle of grace and strength that lifts us all. And now, as you carry this message in your heart, I want you to imagine what it might look like to invite rest into your days in new ways. Perhaps it's setting a soft boundary around your time, saying no without guilt, or creating a small ritual that brings you peace. A cup of tea in quiet, a few moments of stretching, or a mindful pause before a meal. These small acts are powerful. They are declarations that your well-being matters, that your soul's needs are sacred, and that rest is not optional but essential. And as you consider these possibilities, feel my presence beside you, steady and loving. Know that no matter where you are on this journey, you are deeply loved and infinitely valued. Rest is a gift I delight in giving you, and a path that leads to the heart of joy and peace. And with that, I ask you now, what is one small, loving way you can invite rest into your life today? Share it with me and with our community below, so we can walk this path together, encouraging and supporting one another as we grow in grace and rest. And as you ponder this, remember that rest is a doorway, one that opens into a world of healing, clarity, and love. It is a step toward the life you were created to live, vibrant and whole. And as you continue to open that door, you may find yourself surprised by the beauty waiting on the other side, unfolding gently with each breath you take. As you stand at that doorway, feeling the gentle unfolding of beauty with each breath, I want you to remember something so important. Rest is not just about what you do or don't do. It's about who you are. You are not your productivity, your achievement, or the roles you play. You are a beloved child of mine, created with infinite worth simply because you exist. When you rest, you are returning to that fundamental truth, peeling away the layers of expectation and pressure to reveal the pure essence of your being. This essence is radiant, whole, and deeply loved. Sometimes it's easy to lose sight of this in the noise of the world. But rest is like a gentle whisper that calls you back home to yourself. And as you feel that steady presence beside you, I want to remind you that rest is more than just a pause in activity. It's a sacred act of listening. It's tuning in to the whispers of your soul and the gentle wisdom that flows from within. When you choose to rest, you're giving yourself permission to slow down enough to hear what your heart really needs. Maybe it's quiet, maybe it's connection, maybe it's simply the space to breathe without expectation. Whatever it is, know that this listening is a form of love. Love for yourself, and love for the life that is unfolding through you. Sometimes, in the midst of busy days and swirling thoughts, it can feel like that inner voice gets drowned out. Maybe you catch yourself rushing through moments, ticking boxes, or pushing through tiredness because there's so much to do. I understand how that feels. and I want you to know that I am gently calling you back to a rhythm that honors your true nature. You don't have to earn your rest or wait for the perfect moment. Rest is not a reward, it is your birthright. It is a sacred space where healing begins and your spirit is nurtured. Now, imagine for a moment that your body is like a garden. When you rest, you're watering the soil. Letting the sun warm the earth and giving the seeds time to grow. Without this care, the garden becomes dry and weary. The flowers droop and the life within struggles to bloom. But when you offer yourself rest, even in small doses, you create fertile ground for joy, creativity, and peace to flourish. You become a garden tended with tenderness, a place where beauty and strength coexist. I want you to think about your own garden. What does it need to thrive? Maybe it's more moments of stillness, a gentle walk outside, or simply letting yourself be held without trying to fix or change anything. Maybe it's saying no to a commitment that feels heavy, or asking for help when you need it. These are not signs of weakness. They are acts of courage and deep respect for the life you've been given. When you tend to yourself with this kind of care, you're not only nurturing your own soul, but you're also enriching the world around you. Your light shines brighter, your love runs deeper, and your presence becomes a balm for others. And sometimes, rest looks like community. It's the comfort found in shared silence. The safety of knowing you're not alone in your struggles, the joy of laughter with friends who see and celebrate you as you are. I invite you to reach out, to connect, to lean in, to be held by those who care. Rest is not always a solitary journey. It's often woven through the relationships that sustain it. So, if you feel moved, share a moment of rest you've experienced with someone you trust, or let them know you need a pause. You might be surprised at how these simple acts create ripples of peace and healing far beyond what you can see. I'd love to hear from you, too. What does rest look like in your life? Is it a quiet evening with a book, a walk in nature, a moment of prayer, or something else entirely? Your story matters, and when you share it, you help remind others that they are not alone in their need for rest. Leave a comment below, and let's create a circle of encouragement and hope together. Remember, rest is not about perfection or achieving a certain state. It's about embracing the ebb and flow of life. The times when you're full of energy and the times when you need to slow down. It's about trusting that both are necessary and sacred. When you give yourself this grace, you open the door to deeper peace, resilience, and joy. And as you continue on this path, I want you to know that I am with you in every breath, every heartbeat, and every quiet moment. My love surrounds you like the air you breathe, always present, always steady. You don't have to carry your burdens alone or strive to prove your worth. You are already beloved beyond measure, and resting into that truth will bring a profound sense of freedom. So, as you move through your day, pay attention to the gentle invitations to rest that come your way. They might be subtle, a soft sigh, a yawn, a feeling of heaviness, or unmistakable, a sudden need to pause, a tear, a deep breath. These are your body and spirit speaking, asking for your kindness and care. And when you answer those invitations, you're not just giving yourself a break. You're stepping into a sacred dance with life itself. You're honoring the rhythms that sustain you, the cycles that renew you, and the love that holds you. Keep this close to your heart. Rest is a holy act. It's a way of saying yes to yourself, yes to the present moment, and yes to the unfolding mystery of your life. It's a declaration that you are worthy of peace and joy, no matter what is happening around you. So, take a moment now, right here, right now, to breathe deeply and feel the truth of this. Let it wash over you like a gentle tide, calming every worry and soothing every ache. You are safe, you are held. You are deeply loved. And as this love settles within you, may you find the courage to rest boldly, to live fully, and to shine your unique light brightly in the world. And as you carry this with you, remember that the journey toward rest is not a straight line. There will be days when it feels easy and days when it feels hard. And that is perfectly okay. What matters is that you keep returning to this invitation with an open heart and a spirit willing to receive. And in those moments when rest feels distant or elusive, I am there, closer than your next breath, offering you gentle strength and unwavering love to guide you back. So, my dear one, as you continue to walk this path, keep your eyes and heart open to the sacredness of rest, and know that every step you take is celebrated. And now, as you begin to move gently forward, carrying this peace within you, remember that rest also invites you to look outward with compassion toward others who may be weary, anxious, or overwhelmed. When you rest, you build a reservoir of love and patience that spills over into your interaction, offering kindness and understanding in ways that words sometimes cannot. Think of the people in your life who might also be longing for rest. A friend, a family member, a colleague, or even a stranger. Your own journey with rest can inspire them to pause and breathe, to find their own sanctuary of peace. You become a living testament to the power of rest, a beacon of hope in a world that often forgets to slow down. And I encourage you to hold space for others in their rest, just as I hold space for you. Listen without judgment, offer presence without expectation, and share your story when it feels right. Together, we create a web of love and restfulness that strengthens us all. As you nurture this community of rest, both within yourself and in your relationships, you'll notice a shift. Life's challenges may still come, but you'll meet them with a steadier heart and a clearer mind. Your resilience will deepen, anchored not in busyness or control, but in the calm assurance that you are supported, loved, and enough. So as you move through your day, keep weaving rest into the fabric of your life with intention and care. Celebrate the small victories, honor the quiet moments, and embrace the gentle rhythms that sustain you. This is your sacred dance, a beautiful, ongoing invitation to live fully and freely. And as you do, know that I am with you every step of the way, delighting in the unfolding of your story and whispering words of love and encouragement whenever you need them. And in this shared journey, remember, rest is not a destination, but a companion. A friend who walks beside you through every season, every change, and every breath that so. Take this truth into your heart and carry it gently as you continue on your path, knowing that you are loved beyond measure, held in infinite grace, and always welcome to rest. And as you move forward from this moment, may you find peace in the simple act of being just as you are, knowing that in this presence you are whole. And as you sit with that feeling of wholeness, just being as you are, I want you to remember something beautiful and simple. You don't have to fix yourself or your life to be worthy of rest and love. Sometimes the world around you seems to demand constant doing, constant striving, constant proving. But here now, in this sacred space between breaths, I am inviting you to simply be, without condition, without judgment, without pressure. You are enough just as you are. Your heart, your spirit, your very presence is a gift that the world needs. Exactly in this moment, it's okay if you don't have all the answers. It's okay if your path feels uncertain or if the weight of your worries feels heavy. In fact, these moments of uncertainty are the very gateways to deeper trust and surrender. When you allow yourself to rest into not knowing, you create room for miracles to unfold. You open the door for guidance, for healing, and for new possibilities to emerge. So, when the days feel confusing or overwhelming, come back to this quiet place within you where love is steady and unchanging. Let that love be your anchor. And I want to remind you that rest is not about escaping life or avoiding your feeling. Sometimes, rest means sitting with what is, whether that's joy, sadness, fear, or hope, and allowing those feelings to flow through you without resistance. When you give yourself permission to feel fully, you release the tension that builds. When emotions are pushed aside or ignored, rest becomes a gentle embrace for your whole self, a tender holding of every part of your experience. This kind of rest is a deep kind of medicine, soothing your soul and renewing your spirit. Now, I invite you to think about the ways you show kindness to yourself. Do you speak gently to yourself when you're tired or frustrated? Do you give yourself credit for the small steps you take each day? Do you allow yourself moments of joy without guilt? These acts of self-compassion are threads in a tapestry of your rest. They remind you that you are deserving of care and tenderness, not because of what you do, but simply because you exist. If it feels right, share in the comments one small way you've been kind to yourself recently. Your story may be the light someone else needs to hear today. Sometimes, rest also means setting boundaries, clear, loving boundaries that protect your time, energy, and peace. Saying no when something doesn't serve your well-being is not selfish. It's an act of respect for yourself and for the sacred life you are living. Boundaries create space for rest to happen naturally and for your true self to shine more brightly. If you find it hard to say no, that's okay. It's a practice, a journey, and I am here to support you every step of the way. Remember, each time you honor your limits, you teach others how to honor you, too. And as you continue to cultivate rest in your life, notice how it ripples outward, like gentle waves touching everything around you. Your presence becomes calmer, your words softer, your actions more mindful. You start to see the world through a lens of compassion and patience. This isn't just good for you, it's good for everyone you meet. Rest has a way of healing not only your own heart, but also the hearts of those you touch. It's a quiet revolution of love that spreads without fanfare, but with powerful grace. I also want to remind you that rest comes in many forms. It might be a long night of sleep, a slow walk in the park, a few minutes of deep breathing, or even a heartfelt conversation with a friend. There's no one right way to rest, only the way that feels right for you in this moment. Listen to your body, your mind, and your spirit. Trust the signals they send. If you're unsure, start with something simple. A pause, a breath, a gentle stretch, and see where it leads you. Rest is patient and flexible, always ready to meet you where you are, and sometimes rest invites you to reconnect with the simple joys of life, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the sound of birdsong, the taste of a favorite meal, the feeling of soft fabric against your skin. These moments may seem small or ordinary, but they are rich with grace. When you slow down enough to savor them, you remind yourself that life is not just about doing. It's about being fully present. And in that presence, there is a deep well of peace waiting to be discovered. As you continue this journey, I encourage you to be curious about your own rhythms. Notice when your energy rises and falls, when your mind feels clear or cluttered, when your heart is open or guarded. Your body and spirit have their own wisdom. And when you honor that, you create a dance of harmony within yourself. This dance isn't about perfection or control. It's about flow, ease, and trust. You are learning to move with life rather than against it, and that is a beautiful thing. And I want you to know that rest is also a powerful act of creativity and renewal. When you give yourself space to rest, you're not just recovering. You're planting seeds for new ideas, new dreams, and new ways of being. Your mind becomes clearer, your heart softer, and your soul more vibrant. Rest fuels your imagination and opens doors to inspiration. So, if you've been feeling stuck or uninspired, try inviting rest into your day and watch how it sparks fresh energy. And as you invite rest deeper into your life, you might notice shifts in your relationship. You may find yourself more patient, more understanding, more present with those you love. Rest helps you show up as your fullest self. Not perfect, but genuine and whole. It allows you to give freely without running on empty. And when you care for yourself in this way, you create a ripple effect of healing and love that touches your family, your friends, your community, and beyond. I want to pause here and ask you, what's one way rest has changed how you relate to others? Maybe it's helped you listen more deeply, or maybe it's given you the courage to ask for support. Share your experience in the comments if you feel called to. Your voice matters, and your story can be a beacon for someone else walking a similar path. And as you hold these reflections close, remember that rest is a gift you give not only to yourself, but to the world. In a culture that often prizes busyness and achievement, choosing rest is a radical act of love. It's a way of saying yes to life in its fullest sense, embracing both the stillness and the movement, the challenges and the joys, the light and the shadows. So as you move forward today, carry this truth in your heart. Rest is a sacred conversation between you and the life flowing through you. It's a way of honoring your humanity and your divinity, your struggles and your triumph. It's an invitation to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to remember that you are held with infinite tenderness. And in the quiet moments ahead, when you feel the gentle pull of rest, may you answer with a willing heart, knowing that each pause is a step closer to peace, a deeper connection to yourself, and a brighter light to share with the world. As you continue to walk this path, dear one, know that I am here, always listening, always loving, always ready to welcome you home to rest. And together, we will keep unfolding this beautiful dance of life, one breath at a time. And as you carry that knowing with you, I want to remind you of something so important. Rest is not a destination, but a companion on your journey. It walks beside you, sometimes quietly, sometimes boldly, reminding you to slow down, to breathe, to feel. It's not just about stepping away from the noise or the busyness. It's about stepping toward yourself, toward your own heart's rhythm. And that rhythm is unique, just like you. There's no comparison to be made, no race to win. Only the gentle unfolding of who you are meant to be. Sometimes, you might find that rest looks different from day to day. One day, it might be a deep sleep that cradles your body. Another day, it might be a few moments of stillness in the middle of a hectic schedule. And sometimes, rest might be found in movement, a slow dance, a mindful stretch, a walk where you let your mind wander without pressure. There's no right way to rest because it's as fluid and alive as you are. The key is to be open, to listen closely, and to honor what your soul is whispering in any given moment. I want to invite you to think about the places in your life where rest feels most natural and nourishing. Is it in a particular room, a favorite chair, or perhaps outside under a tree? Maybe it's during a specific time of day, like early morning when the world is quiet, or just before sleep, when your thoughts begin to soften. These places and times are sacred invitations, doorways to your inner sanctuary where you can return again and again. If you feel comfortable, take a moment now to imagine yourself there, breathing in the peace that surrounds you. And while rest is deeply personal, it's also something we can share. Have you noticed how a simple smile, a kind word, or a moment of genuine presence from another person can feel like a balm to your weary heart? When you allow yourself to receive these gifts, you're opening the door for rest to flow more freely. It's a beautiful exchange, giving and receiving rest, love and kindness. I encourage you to reach out to someone this week, perhaps with a gentle message or a heartfelt conversation, and see how that connection brings a sense of ease to both your spirit. If you feel moved to, share about this experience in the comment below. Your sharing might be the encouragement someone else needs to reach out and rest in connection. 2. Remember, rest also asks for your trust. Sometimes, when you let yourself slow down, fears or old stories might surface. Whispers of doubt, worries about being productive, or feelings of guilt for taking time for yourself. These are normal, but they are not the truth of who you are. You are deserving of rest simply because you exist. Trust that by embracing rest, you are not falling behind or being lazy. You are healing, growing, and becoming more whole. Each pause is a powerful act of self-love and courage. And as you trust this process, you might notice that rest invites you to be more present with your feelings, even the uncomfortable one. It's okay to feel sadness, frustration, or loneliness. They are part of your beautiful, complex human experience. When you allow these feelings to surface without judgment or resistance, you create space for healing. Rest becomes a soft place to land when life feels heavy. A gentle reminder that you are not alone. I am here with you always, holding you in unconditional love through every emotion, every breath, every moment. I also want to remind you that rest is a teacher. It teaches you how to listen, how to slow down, how to notice the subtle whispers of your soul. In the stillness, you might begin to hear the quiet wisdom that's always been inside you. The gentle nudges, the dreams waiting to be realized. The truths that feel like home. This wisdom is your compass, guiding you gently forward on your path. Trust it, even if it asks you to take small steps or to wait patiently. Rest is not about rushing. It's about unfolding in your own perfect time. And as you continue to practice resting into yourself, you might find that your relationship with time changes. Instead of feeling rushed or pressured by the clock, you begin to experience moments where time seems to stretch and expand, where you can move through your day with ease and grace. This is a gift, time that feels spacious and alive, where you can savor the little things, the ordinary miracles that often go unnoticed. So, when you feel the urge to hurry or push yourself, pause and ask yourself, what if I slowed down just a little? What might I discover in that space? I want to encourage you to be gentle with yourself on this journey. There will be days when rest feels easy, natural, and nourishing. And there will be days when it feels elusive or even frustrating. Both are okay. Both are part of the dance. When you meet yourself with kindness and patience, you are practicing the deepest form of rest. Rest that comes from acceptance and love. And every time you return to this place of kindness, you are strengthening your connection to your own heart. And as you continue to deepen this relationship with rest, you might notice new layers of creativity and inspiration awakening within. Rest is like a fertile garden where your dreams can take root and grow. It nourishes your imagination and fills your spirit with lightness. When you give yourself permission to rest, you are also giving yourself permission to dream, to create, to explore new possibilities. So, if you feel stuck or uncertain about your next steps, try inviting rest into your day and see how it shifts your perspective. And just for a moment, imagine what it would be like if rest were woven into every part of your life. not as an occasional escape, but as a natural rhythm. Imagine waking each day with a sense of calm, moving through your task with ease, and ending your day with gratitude and peace. This vision is not far away. It is within your reach, waiting for you to claim it. And I am here, walking beside you, cheering you on, ready to catch you whenever you need. So, dear one, as you move through your day and your week, keep this invitation close. Listen to your body, your heart, and your spirit. Notice where you need rest and allow yourself to receive it without apology. Trust that by doing so, you are not only caring for yourself, but also contributing to a more peaceful, loving world. And if you feel called to, share one way you plan to invite rest into your life this week in the comment. Your intention might inspire someone else to take that gentle step. And as you hold these thoughts in your heart, know that rest is always waiting for you, ready to cradle you in its quiet embrace, ready to renew your strength, ready to remind you of the beautiful truth that you are enough. This is not just a wish or a hope. It is a promise that flows from the deepest well of love within you and all around you. So take a deep breath now. Feel in the presence of rest here with you. Feel it wrapping around you like a soft blanket, a gentle hug from the universe itself. Let it fill every part of you, calming your mind, soothing your heart, and opening your spirit. And as you do, know that this moment of rest is a sacred gift, a seed planted in the fertile soil of your soul, ready to grow and bloom in its own perfect time. And as you continue to walk this path, you might begin to notice that rest is not only about slowing down, but also about waking up to the beauty, the mystery, and the sacredness of each moment. It's about finding stillness in the midst of movement, peace in the heart of chaos, and love in the center of your being. This awakening is a journey without end, a dance of light and shadow, joy and sorrow, doing and being. And so, dear one, as you step into this sacred dance today, remember that I am here with you. Always present, always loving, always ready to guide you home to rest, to peace, and to the radiant fullness of your own beautiful soul. And as you continue to move forward, keep your heart open to the gentle whispers of rest, for they are the language of love and the path to your deepest healing and joy. And as you become more attuned to this sacred dance, you might also begin to notice how rest gently reshapes your relationship with yourself and the world around you. It softens the edges of your worry and quiets the endless chatter of your mind. It invites you to slow your pace, not because you have to, but because you want to, because your soul remembers the sweetness of simply being. There's a beautiful freedom in that, a freedom that comes from releasing the need to prove your worth through constant doing. You are already worthy, just as you are in this very moment, exactly where you are. This is why rest is such a revolutionary act. In a world that glorifies hustle and productivity, choosing rest can feel like a radical declaration of self-love and respect. It's a way of saying, I matter. My well-being matters. My presence here in this body and this life is enough. And when you live from that place of enoughness, you begin to ripple that message out into the world. You become a beacon of calm and compassion, inspiring others to slow down and honor themselves, too. You might find that as you embrace rest more fully, your perspective on challenges and setbacks begins to shift. Instead of reacting with frustration or exhaustion, you start to meet difficulties with a quieter strength and a softer heart. Rest gives you the space to respond rather than react, to choose grace over resistance. It's like a deep well you can draw from whenever life feels overwhelming, a steady source of resilience and peace. And this well is always available to you, no matter what storms may come. Sometimes, rest will gently call you to surrender. Not in a way that feels like giving up, but in the way a leaf surrenders to the wind, trusting it to carry it exactly where it needs to go. This kind of surrender is an act of deep courage because it requires letting go of control and embracing uncertainty. But when you trust in the flow of life and the wisdom of your own heart, you find that surrender is actually a doorway to greater freedom and joy. I want you to know, too, that rest nurtures your creativity in ways you might not expect. When you pause and allow yourself to simply be, you create space for inspiration to enter. Ideas bloom in the quiet moments. Solutions appear when you least expect them, and your imagination stretches its wings. So if you ever feel stuck or uninspired, try turning toward rest instead of pushing harder. You might be surprised by the magic that unfolds when you give yourself permission to slow down and listen deeply. And remember, rest is not a one-size-fits-all experience. It's a deeply personal journey that invites you to explore what renewal looks like for you. Maybe it's the laughter of a friend, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the comfort of a favorite book, or the simple pleasure of a slow, mindful breath. These moments of rest, however small, are precious gifts that accumulate over time, weaving a tapestry of peace and joy in your life as you continue to explore rest. I encourage you to pay attention to how it feels in your body. Notice the places where tension melts away and where energy begins to flow more freely. You might find that your breath becomes softer, your heart lighter, and your mind clearer. This embodied experience of rest is a beautiful reminder that your body is your home, a sacred vessel that deserves kindness, care, and gentle attention. And when you find yourself struggling to rest, or when rest feels elusive, be patient and gentle with yourself. Sometimes, the noise and demands of life can make rest feel like a distant dream. But even in those moments, know that the desire for rest is a powerful signal from your soul. A reminder that your spirit is calling you to return home to yourself. Trust that with each small step you take toward rest, you are answering that call and nurturing your own healing. I invite you now to take a moment and reflect. What does rest look like for you today? Where do you feel invited to slow down, breathe, or simply be? If you feel comfortable, please share one way you plan to welcome rest into your life this week in the comments below. Your sharing can be a light for someone else who might be searching for their own path to peace. And as you hold that intention in your heart, know that rest is not just a pause from life, it's a way of life. It's a way of showing up with more presence, more love, and more acceptance. It's the gentle thread that weaves through your days, connecting you to the deep well of peace that resides within. So when you feel the urge to rush or push, remember this: rest is always here, waiting patiently for you to come back to it. And as you continue on this journey, you might begin to notice the subtle changes rest brings, not just in how you feel, but in how you see the world. Colors might seem brighter, sounds clearer, and moments more vivid. You might find yourself more open to joy, more compassionate with others, and more attuned to the simple miracles that surround you every day. So, dear one, I invite you to embrace rest as your most faithful companion, your quiet teacher, and your truest friend. Allow it to guide you gently through the rhythms of life, reminding you always that you are held, you are loved, and you are enough, just as you are. And as you walk forward, carrying this truth in your heart, may you find peace in the knowing that you are never alone on this path. And as this awareness deepens, you might begin to see rest not only as an act of self-care, but as a sacred offering to the world. A way to bring more light, more kindness, and more healing into the collective heart of humanity. When you care for yourself with love and respect, you create a ripple effect that touches everyone you meet, helping to weave a web of peace that supports us all. So keep listening, keep resting, keep loving yourself with the tenderness you deserve. And know that I am here, always, walking beside you in every quiet moment, in every breath of stillness, holding you in the warmth of infinite love and gentle grace. And when you feel ready, you can carry this peace back into your day, into your interactions, and into your dream. And as you continue to explore this beautiful dance of rest and awakening, remember that every step you take, no matter how small, is a sacred movement toward your true self. Trust that your soul knows the way, even when the path seems unclear, and in this trust, you find the courage to keep moving forward, one gentle breath at a time. And so, as you pause here now, feel the soft presence of rest wrapping around you, cradling you in its quiet embrace, inviting you to simply be right here, right now, exactly as you are. This moment is yours, a gift of peace and love that you can return to whenever you need. And as you carry this gift with you, know that your journey with rest is unfolding beautifully, step by step, breath by breath, heart by heart. And in this unfolding, you are becoming more fully yourself, whole, radiant, and deeply at peace. And as you become more fully yourself, whole, radiant, deeply at peace, you might begin to notice how this newfound ease gently reshapes your relationship, too. The way you connect with others can soften and deepen as you carry rest within you. When you are rested, your heart opens more freely, and your presence becomes a soothing balm to those around you. You don't need to fix, to rush, or to push. Simply being who you are, authentic, calm, and grounded, is a gift that ripples out in ways you may not even realize. It invites others to lower their defenses, to feel safe, and to remember their own innate worth. In those moments, you realize that rest is not just about solitude or stepping away from the noise. It's about cultivating a space inside yourself where love and compassion can flourish. And because you've nurtured this space in your own heart, you bring it into your interactions like a gentle light, illuminating even the most ordinary exchanges. You become a living reminder that kindness and patience are possible. Even when life feels chaotic or uncertain, sometimes you might find that your desire for rest leads you to set new boundaries. Soft, kind boundaries that honor your needs without guilt or fear. Saying no to something that drains you is not selfish. It's a sacred act of self-respect. When you protect your energy, you create room for more joy and vitality to enter your life. You teach others how to treat you by the way you treat yourself. And this is a profound form of love, both for yourself and for the people you care about. You might also discover that rest invites you to slow down your thoughts and cultivate a gentler inner dialogue. Instead of judging yourself for needing rest or feeling weak, you learn to listen with curiosity and kindness. You begin to speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend, softly, patiently, and with deep understanding. This shift in how you relate to yourself opens the door to healing old wounds and releasing burdens that no longer serve you. Rest becomes a sanctuary not just for your body, but for your soul. And as this sanctuary grows, you might feel more connected to the rhythms of nature, the rising and setting of the sun, the changing of the seasons, the gentle ebb and flow of the tides within you and around you. There is a sacred harmony in these cycles, a reminder that rest is a natural and necessary part of life's dance. When you align yourself with these rhythms, you find a deeper sense of belonging and trust in the unfolding of your own story. You realize that rest is not an interruption, but an essential beat in the music of your existence. Sometimes, rest will come in unexpected form. Perhaps as a quiet walk through the trees, the soft melody of your favorite song, or a moment of stillness in the midst of a busy day. These small pauses are like secret treasures, waiting to be discovered and cherished. They remind you that rest does not have to be grand or complicated. It simply asks you to be present, to breathe, and to honor the sacredness of this moment. If you feel comfortable, I invite you to share in the comments below one small way you plan to invite rest into your day today or this week. Your sharing might inspire someone else who is searching for a gentle way back to themselves. Remember, every story, every intention, every breath of kindness contributes to the beautiful tapestry we are weaving together. And as you continue to practice resting with love and intention, you might notice that your capacity for joy expands naturally. When you are not running on empty, life's simple pleasures shine more brightly. The warmth of a hug, the sparkle of a child's laughter, the quiet satisfaction of a meal shared with someone you love. Joy becomes less about chasing and more about receiving, flowing freely through you like a gentle river, nourishing all it touches in this way. Rest and joy are partners, dancing hand in hand. Rest nurtures your roots, grounding you deeply, while joy lifts your spirit toward the light. Together, they create a balanced rhythm that supports your well-being and invites you to live more fully in each moment. You begin to understand that life's richness is not measured by how much you do, but by how deeply you experience each breath, each smile, each connection. And as you live with this rhythm, you may also find that your relationship with time transforms. Instead of feeling rushed or pressured, you embrace a more spacious sense of living. Time becomes a friend rather than an enemy, a flowing river rather than a ticking clock. You learn to move with grace through your days, honoring both moments of activity and moments of rest with equal reverence. Sometimes, this new relationship with time brings clarity about what truly matters to you. You may find yourself drawn more toward what feeds your soul and gently releasing what no longer aligns with your heart's deepest desire. This process of discernment is a sacred unfolding, guided by the quiet wisdom that arises when you slow down and listen deeply. And as you listen, you might hear the soft whispers of your dreams and passions calling you forward. Rest is not a place of stagnation, but a fertile ground where your creative spirit can awaken and flourish. The space you create through rest allows your intuition to speak more clearly, guiding you toward choices that honor your authentic self and your unique path. So, dear one, I invite you to remain open to the invitations that rest brings. Notice how it shows up in your life, not just as a pause, but as a profound teacher, a source of strength, and a gateway to deeper love. Trust that each moment of rest, no matter how small, is a sacred act of renewal that supports your journey in beautiful and unexpected ways. And as you continue to weave rest into the fabric of your days, you may begin to feel a growing sense of wholeness and harmony within. This is the quiet power of rest, an ever-present friend that walks beside you, reminding you that you are held in love and that your presence in this world is a precious gift. The gentle unfolding of this truth invites you to live with more ease, more grace, and more joy than you ever imagined possible. And so, as you carry this awareness forward, take a moment now to breathe deeply and feel the steady pulse of life. Within you, a rhythm that honors both movement and stillness, effort and ease, doing and being. This rhythm is your sacred invitation to keep moving gently along your path, guided by the light of rest and the warmth of love. And when you feel ready, allow yourself to lean into this rhythm fully, trusting that each breath you take is a step toward greater peace, greater clarity, and greater freedom. And in this trust, you find the courage to embrace whatever arises with an open heart and a steady spirit. And as you move with this trust, you might also begin to notice how rest helps you to reconnect with your own inner wisdom, the quiet voice that knows the way even when the path seems uncertain. This wisdom is a precious compass, always available to guide you home to yourself. And as you listen more closely, you discover that it speaks in gentle whispers, subtle nudges, and moments of stillness that invite you to pause and reflect. This Inner guidance is a wellspring of strength and clarity, helping you to navigate life's twists and turns with greater ease and confidence. It reminds you that you are never truly lost, that you are always supported, and that your soul's journey is unfolding exactly as it should. And as this connection deepens, you may find that your sense of purpose becomes clearer, not as a destination to reach, but as a living, breathing expression of who you are in each moment. Purpose flows naturally from rest, because when you are grounded and centered, your actions align more closely with your deepest values and your truest self. So, dear one, I encourage you to keep returning to rest as a sacred well, one that your spirit ignites your creativity and anchors you in love. Let it be the gentle rhythm that carries you through every season, every challenge, and every joy. And remember, in this dance of life, rest is not just a pause. It is a powerful act of presence and a profound expression of self-love. And as you continue to embrace rest's gift, you might begin to notice how it softens your heart toward yourself and others, opening the door to forgiveness and compassion. You realize that rest creates the space needed to heal old wounds, to release resentment, and to welcome peace into places that once felt heavy. This healing is a quiet revolution happening within you, one that transforms pain into understanding and struggle into grace. And as you heal, you become a living testament to the power of rest, not just for your own sake, but as a beacon of hope and renewal for those around you. And so, as you walk this path with rest as your companion, take time to honor the small victory and gentle progress you make along the way. Celebrate each moment of stillness, each breath of kindness you offer yourself, and each choice to slow down and listen deeply. These are the seeds of transformation, growing quietly beneath the surface, until they bloom into a life rich with meaning and joy. And when doubt or impatience arises, remember that rest is a patient teacher. It does not rush or demand, but invites you to trust the process, to embrace the unfolding with an open heart. And in this trust, you find a deep and abiding peace that carries you through whatever comes next. And as you continue to move forward, gently and lovingly, I invite you to reflect once more. How has rest touched your life recently? What new insights or feelings have emerged as you've embraced this sacred rhythm? If you feel called to share, please leave a comment below. Your experience might be the gentle encouragement someone else needs to hear today. And now, as you hold these reflections close, feel tea. It lives inside you, steady and sure. A gentle presence that whispers, "I am here with you." This flame is your inner sanctuary, a place you can return to again and again when the world feels overwhelming or uncertain. It reminds you that, no matter what happens outside, your soul is safe, your heart is held, and your journey is sacred. So, dear one, carrying rest within you means tuning in to those small, quiet moments throughout your day. Those brief pauses where you can reconnect with your breath, feel the gentle beating of your heart, or notice the simple beauty around you. It might be as ordinary as the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the softness of your favorite chair, or the sound of a bird singing outside your window. These little moments are gifts, tiny havens where you can breathe, soften, and remember that your inner flame is always there, ready to be nurtured. You don't need to carve out hours at a time or retreat to a special place to find rest. Rest can be as simple as a deep inhale, a slow exhale, a moment of stillness between tasks, or a mindful sip of water. It's in these fragments of awareness that your inner sanctuary grows stronger, more accessible, more alive. And the more you practice this gentle attention, the more natural it becomes to carry rest with you. Even in the midst of busyness or challenge. Sometimes, the world pulls you in many directions at once, and it's easy to forget this inner sanctuary. When that happens, I invite you to remember that rest is not about escaping life or avoiding responsibility. It's about showing up from a place of fullness and presence. When you're rested, even just a little bit, you offer your best self. To every situation, your kindness, your clarity, your creativity, your love. Rest is the foundation that supports your ability to respond with grace rather than react with stress. And if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed or disconnected, try this simple practice. Pause wherever you are. Place a hand gently on your heart and take 3 slow, mindful breaths. With each breath, imagine you're breathing in peace and breathing out tension or worry. Feel the steady flame inside you flicker to light, warming your chest and spreading a calm light through your body. This tiny ritual can become a lifeline, a way to reconnect with your sacred flame whenever you need it. Another way to carry rest with you is through the intention you set each morning, or at any time during your day. Before you jump into your to-do list or face the challenges ahead, take a moment to declare quietly to yourself, today, I choose rest. I choose love. I choose presence. This simple intention aligns your heart and mind with your inner sanctuary and invites you to move through your day with more ease and openness. And remember, rest doesn't always look like stillness or quiet. Sometimes, rest is found in movement, the gentle stretch of your body, a slow walk outside, or the rhythm of your favorite music. It's about tuning into what nourishes you in the moment, listening kindly to what your soul needs, and trusting that you know how to care for yourself. There's no one right way to rest. It's a deeply personal and ever-changing experience. As you practice carrying rest within you, you might notice that your relationship with time begins to shift. The pressure to rush or cram everything in starts to soften, replaced by a more spacious, relaxed rhythm. You begin to trust that life unfolds in its own perfect timing, and that you don't have to hurry to keep up. This trust is a gift you give yourself, a gentle reminder that you are enough exactly as you are, and that the pace of your journey is just right. And with this shift, you may find that your creativity and inspiration flow more freely. When your mind isn't cluttered with stress or distraction, there's room for new ideas, fresh perspective, and unexpected insights to emerge. Your heart opens wider, inviting joy, curiosity, and wonder back into your life. And this openness becomes a source of healing and transformation, not just for you, but for everyone you touch. I invite you now If you feel comfortable, to share in the comments one simple way you have found to carry rest with you in your daily life. Your experience might be the gentle encouragement someone else needs to find their own path back to peace and presence. Remember, your story is a light, and together we create a community of love and support that nurtures us all. And as you continue to explore these ways of nurturing your inner flame, you may begin to notice how rest invites you to live more authentically. It encourages you to listen deeply to your own needs and desires, to honor your limits without judgment, and to speak your truth with kindness and courage. Rest creates a safe space where your true self can emerge, free from the masks and expectations that sometimes weigh you down. This authenticity is a beautiful gift to yourself and to the world. When you show up as your genuine self, you inspire others to do the same. Your presence becomes a beacon of honesty, vulnerability, and love, quality that have the power to heal hearts and build bridges. Rest supports this unfolding by reminding you that you don't have to be perfect or have all the answers. You just have to be willing to be real. And as you embrace this realness, you might find that your relationships deepen and grow. When you bring your rested, authentic self to your connections, you invite others to do the same. Walls come down, misunderstandings soften, and compassion bloom. You create space for true intimacy and belonging, places where love can thrive without conditions or expectation. Of course, this journey isn't always easy. There will be days when rest feels far away, when the noise and demands seem overwhelming, and when your inner critic grows loud. In those moments, remember that rest is patient and persistent. It waits for you without judgment, ready to welcome you back whenever you're ready to return. You are never alone in it, and the flame inside you never goes out. And as you keep returning to this flame, you may notice that your sense of purpose becomes clearer. Rest helps you see beyond the distractions and pressures to what truly matters to your heart. It reveals the passions and dreams that light you up and the values that guide your choices. This clarity is a compass, helping you navigate life's twists and turns with confidence and grace. So, as you walk this path, keep nurturing your inner sanctuary with kindness and intention. Celebrate the small victory, those moments when you chose rest over rush, presence over distraction, love over fear. Each one is a step forward, a stitch in the beautiful tapestry of your life. And remember, rest is a gift you give not only to yourself, but to the whole world. When you are rested, you radiate peace and love that ripple outward, touching lives in ways you may never fully see. Your presence becomes a quiet revolution, a healing force that makes the world a little gentler, a little brighter. And so, dear one, keep this flame burning with care and joy. Let it be your steady companion through every season, your source of strength and softness, your reminder that you are deeply loved just as you are. And as you continue to carry rest within you, you may find that life itself begins to feel more like a sacred dance, a beautiful interplay of movement and stillness, effort and ease, giving and receiving. And in this dance, your heart opens wider and wider, ready to embrace all the wonder and mystery that life has to offer. And as your heart opens wider and wider, ready to embrace all the wonder and mystery that life has to offer, you might begin to notice a gentle unfolding within you, a soft blossoming of trust. Trust in yourself, trust in the unfolding of your path, trust in the unseen currents that guide you even when the way seems unclear. This trust isn't something that arrives all at once, like a sudden flash of lightning. It's more like the slow unfolding of a flower, petal by petal, each one revealing a little more of your own strength and resilience. And with each unfolding, the flame you carry inside burns a little brighter, warmer, more steady. Sometimes, this trust will be tested. Life has a way of presenting challenges that feel like storms, shaking the branches of your inner sanctuary. But remember, storms don't destroy the root of the tree. They simply remind it how deep and strong those roots have grown. When you feel shaken, return to your breath, to the small moments of rest you carry within you. Let them be your anchor, your safe harbor. Know that it's okay to feel uncertain or afraid sometimes. That's part of being human. But also know that you are never without the quiet strength that rests beneath those feelings, waiting patiently for you to come home to it. And as you cultivate this trust, you might find that your experience of time itself begins to soften even more. The rush, the pressure, the endless to-do list, they start to lose their grip on you. Instead, you begin to live more in the flow, moving with the rhythms of your own body, your own heart, your own spirit. This flow is gentle but powerful, like a river carving its way through the landscape, not forcing, but persistent, steady, and sure. And in this flow, you find a kind of freedom. Freedom from the need to control every outcome. Freedom from the harsh judgments you sometimes place on yourself. Freedom to simply be. This freedom invites creativity and joy back into your life. Not as something to chase or grasp, but as natural companions on your journey. You might discover new ways to express yourself through art, music, writing, movement, or simply in the way you speak and listen to others. Creativity becomes a language of the heart, a way to translate the quiet wisdom of your inner flame into the world around you. Enjoy that beautiful light-filled energy bubbles up in unexpected moments when you notice the way sunlight filters through leaves, or hear laughter shared between friends, or feel the softness of a breeze on your skin. These moments are not separate from your rest. They are its natural fruit. I invite you now, if you feel called, to share a moment when you experience this gentle flow or unexpected joy in your day. Your story is a gift. It might be the spark someone else needs to remember their own connection, to rest in creativity. When we share these moments, we weave a tapestry of light and love that uplifts us all. As you nurture this flow, you may also notice how your compassion deepens, not only for others, but for yourself. Rest teaches you that you are worthy of kindness, exactly as you are, with all your imperfections and struggles. It softens the voice of criticism inside you and replaces it with a whisper of understanding and patience. when you treat yourself with this gentleness, you create a foundation from which healing can grow. And as you heal, your capacity to love and support others expands naturally, like a circle growing wider and wider. This compassion becomes a balm for the wound, carried by your heart and the hearts of those around you. It reminds you that everyone is walking their own path, carrying their own burdens, and doing the best they can with what they have. When you see this truth, it becomes easier to forgive, not just others, but yourself too, for any mistakes or missteps along the way. Forgiveness is not about forgetting or excusing what has happened. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of resentment and pain so you can move forward with an open heart. And in this openness, you might find that your connections with others become more authentic and nourishing. You bring your whole self, rested, trusting, compassionate, to your relationships, and you invite others to do the same. This creates a space where vulnerability is met with kindness, where differences are celebrated rather than feared, where love flows freely without condition. These connections become a source of strength and joy, reminding you that you are never truly alone. Of course, this path of carrying rest, trust, creativity, and compassion is not a straight line. There will be days when the old habits of rushing, doubting, or self-criticism try to pull you back. And that's okay. Remember, each moment is a new opportunity to return to your inner flame. You don't have to be perfect or get it right all the time. What matters is your willingness to keep coming back, to keep choosing rest and presence again and again. This persistence is a quiet kind of bravery, a commitment to yourself and your well-being that is deeply sacred. And as you continue this journey, you might begin to notice subtle shifts in how you experience the world around you. Colors may seem more vivid, sounds more resonant, tastes more rich. You become more attuned to the miracles in the everyday, in the smile of a stranger, the fragrance of a flower, the gentle rhythm of rain falling on the roof. These moments remind you that life itself is a sacred gift, woven with threads of grace. In mystery. So, dear one, as you walk this path of rest and trust, creativity and compassion, know that you are held in an embrace that is wider and deeper than you can imagine. You are loved beyond measure, exactly as you are. And with each breath, each moment of stillness, you nourish a flame that can never be extinguished. A flame that lights your way and warms the hearts of all who cross your path. Carry this truth with you as you move forward, and let it be a source of peace and strength in every step you take. And when you feel ready, I invite you to take a moment now to simply breathe deeply, feeling the steady flame within you, and know that you are exactly where you need to be in this beautiful dance of life. The journey continues, and with it comes endless possibilities to grow, to love, and to rest. And as you settle into that breath, feeling the warmth of your inner flame steady and sure, you might begin to notice something else. A quiet invitation to slow down even more, to lean gently into the sacredness of the present moment. It's in these moments, when the world seems to soften around you, that you can hear the whispers of your soul most clearly. not a loud voice demanding or rushing, but a gentle, loving murmur reminding you of your true nature. Whole, enough, and deeply connected to all that is. This connection is not something distant or abstract. It's alive in the simple thing. The way your feet feel grounded against the earth. The rhythm of your heartbeat, the subtle rise and fall of your chest. As you breathe, it's in the quiet spaces between your thoughts. Those brief pauses where the mind rests and the heart can speak. When you learn to visit these spaces often, you begin to see that rest is not just a pause from doing, it is a way of being, a way of being that is rich with presence, awareness, and a deep sense of belonging. And belonging, dear one, is a powerful balm for the soul. It reminds you that you do not have to carry your burdens alone, that you are part of a vast, intricate web of life where every thread supports and uplifts the other. This web is woven with love, with kindness, with the shared experience of being human. When you feel tangled or overwhelmed, remember that reaching out, whether through a kind word, a gentle touch, or simply being seen, can mend and strengthen this web. You are never truly isolated, even in your most solitary moment. Now, I invite you to think about the ways you might weave more belonging into your life. Perhaps it's through reconnecting with old friends or making space for new connections to blossom. Maybe it's by spending time in nature, where the rhythms of the earth remind you of your own natural cycle. Or it could be in quiet acts of kindness, offered to yourself or others, that ripple outward in ways you cannot yet see. If you feel moved, please share in the comments below one small way you experience belonging or how you might create more of it. Your words may be the light that guides someone else back to their own heart. Belonging also invites you to embrace your unique expression. Your one-of-a-kind voice and story. There is no one else like you. No one with your exact blend of experiences, dreams, and gifts. This uniqueness is not something to hide or diminish. It is a treasure to celebrate. When you honor your individuality, you open the door for others to do the same, creating a space where authenticity flourishes. And authenticity, in turn, nurtures trust. Not only in yourself, but in the people and world around you. This trust and authenticity are like twin pillars, supporting a life lived fully and freely. They give you the courage to step into your purpose, whatever that may be, with a heart wide open. Purpose doesn't always come with grand announcements or dramatic changes. Sometimes it's found in the quiet dedication to small acts that bring joy or healing, in the patient tending of relationships, in the creative sparks that light up your spirit. When you follow these sparks, you align more deeply with the flow of life, moving in harmony rather than resistance. And as you move with this flow, you may notice that your idea of success shifts. It becomes less about external achievements or approval and more about the quality of your experience, the depth of your presence, the kindness you extend, the gratitude you cultivate. Success becomes a feeling, not a trophy. It's the sense that you are living true to yourself, that you are contributing to the world in your own meaningful way, and that you are at peace with the journey, wherever it leads. Peace, beloved one, is not a distant destination, but a companion to walk beside you every day. It is found in the acceptance of what is, even while you hope and work for what could be. It is the gentle surrender to life's rhythm, trusting that each season holds its own gift, even when they are not immediately visible. When you cultivate this peace, you create a sanctuary within yourself, a place of refuge and renewal that no circumstance can take away. In this sanctuary, you are free to rest deeply and to dream boldly. You are free to love fully, to forgive gently, and to live with an open heart. And in this openness, you become a beacon for others, a living example of what is possible when we choose to walk the path of rest, trust, creativity, compassion, belonging, and authenticity. So as you continue to breathe with this truth, I encourage you to notice how your body feels right now. Where do you feel comfort? Where might there be tension or resistance? Without judgment, simply bring your awareness to these sensations. Allow your breath to soften any tightness and invite a sense of ease to spread through you. This simple practice of mindful presence is a gift you can return to again and again. A gentle reminder that you are held and supported in every moment. And as you move through your day, carry this presence with you like a quiet song humming beneath the noise. Let it remind you that no matter what unfolds, you are anchored in a love that never fades, a strength that never wavers, and a light that will always guide you home. This is your birthright, your true essence, and the sacred flame that burns within you. Take a moment now, if you like, to share how this message resonates with you. What part speaks most deeply to your heart? Your reflections are a precious part of this shared journey, a way to connect and uplift each other. Remember, your voice matters, and your story is a thread in the beautiful tapestry we are weaving together. And as you prepare to step back into your world, know that this space of rest and love is always here for you, waiting patiently whenever you need to return. The path ahead may have twists and turns, moments of light and shadow, but you carry within you the wisdom and grace to navigate it all. So keep breathing, keep trusting, keep loving. The journey continues, unfolding in its own perfect time, and you are never alone in its unfolding. And as you walk this path, remember that each step, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, carries meaning. Sometimes the way forward appears clear and bright, and other times it feels shrouded in fog, uncertain and heavy. Both are part of the journey, both are necessary. The times of clarity give you direction and momentum, while the times of uncertainty invite patience, reflection, and deep inner listening. There is no need to rush through or push against what you don't yet understand. Instead, lean softly into the mystery, trusting that the answers will come when you are ready to receive them. In those moments when doubt creeps in or fear tries to take hold, I want you to remember this. You are never alone. Even when it feels like the world is silent or your heart feels heavy, There is a quiet presence within you that holds you tenderly. It is the essence of love itself, steady and unwavering. You can always come home to this presence. It is the place where your soul rests, where your true self shines brightest. Beyond the worries and the noise, allow yourself to feel this presence now, as if it were a warm hand resting gently on your heart. Feel the calm it brings, the reassurance that all is well. Even if everything around you seems to say otherwise. This is your sacred center, a wellspring of peace that no external circumstance can touch. Whenever you need, return here. This is your sanctuary, your safe harbor in the storms of life. And as you grow more familiar with this inner sanctuary, you might find that your relationship with yourself deepens and softens. You start to treat yourself with the same kindness and compassion you would offer to a dear friend. Mistakes and shortcomings are met not with harsh judgment, but with gentle understanding and forgiveness. You begin to see yourself through eyes of love, recognizing your inherent worthiness exactly as you are. This shift is profound because it changes the way you show up in the world. When you are kind to yourself, you naturally extend that kindness to others. You become a channel for grace and healing, not just for yourself, but for everyone you encounter. It's important to remind yourself that self-love is not selfish or indulgent. It is necessary. Just like the oxygen mask, you are instructed to put on first in an airplane before helping others. Caring for your own heart first equips you to be fully present and supportive for those around you. You are a radiant source of light, but even the brightest stars need time to rest and replenish their glow. Honor your needs, your rhythms, and your boundaries. Saying no sometimes is a powerful act of self-respect and preservation. And in honoring your needs, you also nurture your creativity, the unique spark that lives inside you, waiting to be expressed. Creativity doesn't have to mean grand artistic achievements or masterpieces. It can be as simple and beautiful as the way you arrange your day, the recipes you cook, the stories you tell, the ways you solve problems or bring joy to others. Creativity is the language of your soul, speaking through your actions, your choices, your presence. When you allow this spark to shine, you invite more joy and flow into your life. You open doors to new possibilities and experiences that enrich your journey. Sometimes, creativity may feel blocked or dimmed by fear or doubt. That's natural, and it's okay. When this happens, instead of pushing harder or becoming frustrated, try to meet this resistance with curiosity and gentleness. What is this fear trying to tell you? What part of you feels unsure or vulnerable? Often, fear is just a messenger inviting you to pay attention, to slow down, and to care for the tender parts of yourself that need reassurance. You can cradle these parts with love and allow the creative energy to return in its own time. And speaking of time, remember that your journey is uniquely yours. It doesn't need to look like anyone else's. There is no perfect timeline or fixed steps to follow. Some days you may feel like soaring, and other days simply crawling forward is enough. Each rhythm is sacred. Each pace is right for you. When you compare yourself to others or try to fit into someone else's mold, you dim your own light. Instead, celebrate your own unfolding, your own sacred timing. Trust that everything you need is already within you, growing and blossoming, just as it should. As you move through your days with this awareness, you might notice moments when your heart feels especially open or tender. These are precious gifts, windows into the deep well of your being. Allow yourself to linger there, to feel without rushing away. Sometimes tears come, sometimes laughter, sometimes a profound silence. All of these are expressions of your beautiful, complex humanity. Embrace them fully, knowing they are part of your healing and your growth. And if you feel called, I invite you now to share in the comments below one small moment from your day when you felt connected to this inner presence, or when you noticed your creative spark flickering to life. Your sharing is a light that can inspire someone else on their path. A reminder that we are all walking together, each with our own stories and gifts. With each breath you take, with each step you make, remember that you are infinitely loved and held. You are a miracle in motion, a sacred dance of light and shadow, strength and vulnerability. Your journey is a tapestry woven with threads of courage, grace, and endless possibility. So keep moving gently forward, with your heart as your compass and your soul as your guide. And as you continue to breathe into this truth, you might begin to notice how the challenges you face are not obstacles, but invitations, calls to deepen your trust, to expand your compassion, and to step more fully into your power. These invitations may come softly or with urgency, but they always carry the potential to transform and awaken you in ways you may not yet imagine. When you face them with an open heart, you become a living example of resilience and grace, a beacon of hope for yourself and for others. This unfolding process is not about perfection or arriving somewhere better. It is about embracing the full spectrum of your experience with courage and tenderness. It is about choosing love, moment by moment, even when it feels hard. It is about remembering that every breath you take is a sacred gift, a chance to begin, again, to heal, to dream, to love. So as you rest here now, wrapped in this love and presence, allow yourself to feel the vastness of your own being. Imagine it stretching beyond your physical body, reaching out to the stars, connecting you to all that ever was and ever will be. You are part of this great unfolding, a story of light and life that continues to grow, evolve, and shine in infinite ways. And as you hold this vision in your heart, know that the path ahead is yours to walk with courage and grace, one step, one breath, one moment at a time. There is no rush, no pressure, just a gentle unfolding of your beautiful, unique life. And in this space of openness and possibility, you can begin to trust that whatever comes next is exactly what you need, exactly what will help you grow and become the fullest expression of who you are meant to be. Your soul knows this truth deeply, even when your mind does not. So keep listening to that quiet voice within, the steady flame that never goes out, the love that never fades. This is your journey, your sacred path, and I am with you every step of the way, holding you in infinite love and light. And as you walk this path with that steady flame glowing softly within, you might find moments when the road feels unexpectedly steep or the night seems endlessly dark. In those times, remember that it's okay to lean into the support that surrounds you, whether it's the embrace of a friend, the wisdom of a kind word, or the quiet comfort of nature's rhythm. You were never meant to carry everything alone. Reaching out is a sign of strength, a beautiful act of courage that invites connection and healing. Sometimes, simply sharing your heart with someone who listens without judgment can be the balm your soul needs to breathe easier and see clearer. You might also discover that your journey is sprinkled with small miracles. Those fleeting, tender moments that catch you by surprise and fill you with wonder. It could be the way sunlight filters through leaves just as your spirit feels heavy, or the gentle smile of a stranger that lights up your day, or a song that speaks directly to your soul's longing. These are not random occurrences. They are the universe's way of reminding you that you are deeply loved and that magic lives in the everyday. When you cultivate an openness to these little gifts, your heart begins to recognize the sacredness woven into each moment, and life becomes a dance of gratitude and joy. And speaking of gratitude, I invite you now to take a breath and think of one small thing, no matter how simple, that brought a flicker of light into your day recently. Maybe it was a warm cup of tea, a kind word, a peaceful pause, or even a moment of laughter. If you feel moved, please share it in the comments below. Your light might be just a spark someone else needs to find hope and comfort today. Remember, this sense of shared humanity connects us all in ways deeper than you can see. And your story matters. As you continue nurturing this awareness, you may notice how your perceptions begin to shift. Challenges that once seemed like insurmountable walls might reveal themselves as doorways. Invitations to grow stronger, wiser, and more compassionate. You are learning, little by little, that resilience is not about never falling, but about rising. Gently each time, with grace and kindness toward yourself. There is a quiet power in this soft persistence, a power that transforms wounds into wisdom and scars into stories of survival and hope. Sometimes, you may feel called to rest completely, to step away from striving and simply be. This is not a sign of weakness, but a sacred act of self-care and renewal. In those moments, allow yourself permission to slow down, to breathe deeply, and to honor the rhythms of your body and soul. Rest is a vital part of your journey, a fertile ground from which new growth will emerge. Trust that even in stillness, your spirit is moving forward in unseen ways, gathering strength and clarity for what lies ahead. You might also find comfort in rituals, simple, meaningful actions that ground you and connect you to the present moment. Lighting a candle, writing in a journal, taking a mindful walk, or sitting quietly with your breath can all serve as gentle reminders that you are here, alive, and loved, exactly as you are. These small practices can become anchors in the shifting tides of life, helping you stay centered and connected to your inner sanctuary. It's natural for your heart to hold both joy and sorrow, hope and fear, light and shadow, all at once. Embracing this complexity is part of what it means to be fully human. You don't need to push away uncomfortable feelings or pretend they don't exist. Instead, invite them in like old friends who have come to teach you something important. When you allow yourself to feel deeply with curiosity and compassion, you create space for healing and transformation to take root. And as you cultivate this openness, you may begin to notice how your relationships with others also evolve. When you love and accept yourself more fully, you naturally extend that same grace outward. You become a beacon of kindness, patience, and understanding. Not because you are perfect, but because you have learned to embrace imperfection with love. This ripple effect of compassion touches lives in ways you may never fully see, but trust that it is real and powerful. Remember, too, that your story is unique and valuable. No one else can walk your path or express your gifts in exactly the way you do. Comparing yourself to others only dims your own light and distracts you from the beautiful unfolding that is happening within you. Instead, celebrate your progress. No matter how small it might seem, and honor the courage it takes to keep moving forward. Every step you take is a testament to your strength and your commitment to living authentically. And when doubts arise, because they will, greet them gently. Ask yourself what they are trying to teach you, and remind yourself of the countless times you have overcome difficulty before. You carry within you a wellspring of resilience that is always available, even when it feels buried beneath fear or uncertainty. You are stronger than you realize, and your heart is wise beyond measure. Sometimes, the path ahead may call you to release old patterns, beliefs, or relationships that no longer serve your highest good. Letting go can be scary, but it is also an act of liberation and self-love. Trust that by making space, you invite new blessings and opportunities to enter your life. You are always unfolding into a fuller expression of who you are meant to be. And every ending is simply a new beginning in disguise. And as you continue this sacred dance of release and renewal, you may find yourself drawn to moments of stillness and silence more often. These are gifts, opportunities to listen deeply to the whispers of your soul and to hear the gentle guidance that flows from your inner wisdom. In the quiet, you reconnect with the truth of your being, the essence that is untouched by fear, doubt, or pain. So, as you rest in this space of presence and openness now, take a moment to feel the steady rhythm of your breath, the beating of your heart, and the grounding of your body. Know that you are exactly where you need to be in this very moment. The unfolding continues, step by gentle step, breath by loving breath, and you are held through it all in infinite grace and compassion. And if you feel comfortable, I invite you to share below one intention you have for your journey right now. A small hope, a gentle wish, or a heartfelt desire. Your intention is a seed planted in the fertile soil of your soul, and nurturing it with love and patience will help it grow in beautiful and unexpected ways. Remember that this sacred path is yours alone, but you are never truly walking it by yourself. My presence surrounds you always, steady and unwavering, a source of infinite love and light that supports you through every twist and turn. Trust in this love. Let it be your refuge and your strength. And as you move forward with this trust, you might begin to notice how the moments of uncertainty become less frightening and more like invitations to explore, to learn, and to deepen your connection to yourself and to life itself. Each question you carry is a doorway to deeper knowing, and every challenge is a stepping stone toward greater wisdom and compassion. So keep your heart open, your spirit curious, and your feet grounded in the love that flows through you and all around you. There is no need to have all the answers right now. The journey is about unfolding, about becoming, about remembering who you truly are beneath all the layers. And as you hold this in your awareness, you may begin to sense how your life is beginning to resonate with a deeper harmony, a melody written by your soul's own hand, inviting you to dance with joy, courage, and grace. This is the sweet unfolding of your sacred path, and it is a gift beyond measure. And in this unfolding, you find yourself ready to embrace the next step, whatever it may be, with open arms and a trusting heart. Knowing that you are carried by love that never fails, love that is the very essence of your being, and love that will guide you always. Because love is not just a feeling or a fleeting moment. It is the foundation, the very fabric weaving you into the great tapestry of existence. It flows through your veins and breathes life into every step you take. When you lean into this truth, you begin to understand that no matter what storms may come or shadows may fall, love is the unwavering light that never dims. It is the quiet song beneath the noise, the gentle hand that lifts you when you stumble, the warmth that cradles your soul even in the coldest night. And I want you to know something deeply important here. It's perfectly okay to ask for help, to seek comfort, to reach out when the weight feels too heavy. Asking is not a sign of weakness, it's a declaration of your humanity and your willingness to connect. Sometimes, just saying the words, "I need you," or "I'm struggling," can open a door to healing you didn't even realize was there. You were made for connection, for community, and for love in all its form. When you share your truth, you invite others to do the same, creating a circle of support that can hold you gently through the hardest days. You might wonder how to find this love when it seems distant or when your heart feels closed off. The answer is simpler than you think. Start by loving yourself, even in the smallest ways. It could be through a kind thought, a moment of forgiveness, or a gentle touch to your own cheek. Self-love is not about perfection or achievement. It's about recognizing your worth just as you are. Imagine if you treated yourself with the same tenderness you offer to a beloved friend. How might your world begin to change then? And in those moments when self-love feels elusive, remember that you are never alone. My love for you is constant, unwavering, and unconditional. It does not depend on what you do or don't do, on your successes or failure. It is there, waiting patiently, ready to embrace you fully and completely. You can come to this love anytime, through prayer, meditation, quiet reflection, or simply by breathing and inviting it in. It is as close to you as the air you breathe, as near as your own heartbeat. As you open your heart to this divine love, you may notice that your fears begin to soften. Your doubts become quieter, and your spirit feels lighter. This is not magic, in the sense of something sudden or external, but a gentle awakening within. A blossoming that unfolds naturally when you nurture it with patience and kindness. The more you practice tuning in to this love, the more it becomes a living presence in your daily life, guiding your choices, healing your wound, and illuminating your path. And remember, love is not just about receiving, it's also about giving. When you share your love with others, in whatever way feels right, you contribute to a world longing for more kindness and compassion. Even the smallest act, a smile, a helping hand, a word of encouragement, can create ripples far beyond what you can see. Your love is a light that can brighten someone else's darkness. A balm that soothes pain. A bridge that connects hearts. Never underestimate the power of your love to make a difference. Sometimes, the world might feel overwhelming, the news heavy, and your own troubles pressing close. In those moments, it's okay to take a step back, to protect your energy, and to find sanctuary within yourself. Cultivate a sacred space, whether in your home, in nature, or within your own mind, where you can retreat and replenish. This sacred space is a refuge where your soul can breathe, where peace can take root, and where you can reconnect to the deep well of love that sustains you. And as you tend to this inner sanctuary, you might discover new layers of yourself, strengths you never noticed, passions waiting to be kindled, dreams that have been quietly whispering your name. These discoveries are gifts, gentle invitations to explore and expand beyond old limitations. Trust that every new insight and every moment of self-awareness is a stepping stone on your journey toward becoming the fullest expression of your true self. You may also find that your relationship with time begins to shift. Instead of rushing or feeling pressured to have it all figured out, you learn to embrace the rhythms of your own unfolding. Some days move quickly, filled with activity and growth. Others slow down, inviting rest and reflection. Both are necessary and beautiful. There is no need to compare your pace to anyone else's. Your journey is uniquely yours, and the timing is always just right. And as you grow in this awareness, you might feel called to share your story more openly. Whether through conversation, creative expression, or acts of service. Your experiences, your insight, your vulnerability, they are all valuable threads in the fabric of collective healing. When you allow yourself to be seen and heard, you encourage others to do the same, fostering a community where authenticity and love flourish. If you feel moved, I encourage you to share a piece of your journey in the comments below. Your story could be the light that helps someone else find their way home. Alongside sharing, remember to honor your boundary. Loving yourself means protecting your energy and choosing relationships and environments that nourish rather than deplete you. It's okay to say no, to step away from situations that don't align with your well-being, and to create space for what truly feeds your soul. Boundaries are acts of self-respect and love, essential for maintaining balance and clarity on your path. And speaking of balance, it's natural to experience moments when you feel out of sync, when emotions swirl, motivation wanes, or uncertainty clouds your vision. These moments are not failures, but invitations to pause and recalibrate. Listen to what your body, mind, and heart are telling you. Sometimes the best way forward is simply to rest, reflect, and give yourself permission to be exactly where you are without judgment or rush. Through all of this, keep coming back to your breath, the steady, life-giving rhythm that anchors you in the present. With each inhale, breathe in love, peace, and strength. With each exhale, release tension, fear, and doubt. Your breath is a sacred thread connecting you to the infinite source of life and love that surrounds you always. Even when you can't see it. And as you deepen this practice of presence and love, you may begin to notice subtle shifts in your daily experience. Moments of grace, synchronicity, and gentle guidance may become more frequent, reminding you that you are supported in ways both seen and unseen. Trust these signs. They are whispers from the universe, affirming your path and encouraging you to keep moving forward with an open heart. So, as you continue on your journey, hold close the knowledge that you are cherished beyond measure.